First of all, I want to welcome this bill, which aims to protect our citizens as best we can from the consequences of a hard Brexit. Sinn Féin will be putting in amendments at a later stage to strengthen parts of this bill. The reality of the British partition of our country is that we will be directly affected by what happens north and south. We have thousands of citizens who travel back and forth across the border every day for work, for school and so on. And any attempt to restrict the freedom of movement of our citizens on their own island must be rejected. I want to take the opportunity to raise some points which our young people have raised. And I particularly want to thank the Ombudsman for Children for taking the time to listen and to consult with our young people on this issue. The report from the Ombudsman for Children is called "It's Our Brexit Too," and I think it is a very important document. And I want to thank all the young people who took part in it, because they've done brilliant work at outlining how they believe their future on this island can be protected. So what were some of the concerns of our young people? Well, they told the Ombudsman for Children that they want a freedom of movement on the island protected. And this concern ranged from young people who have families on both sides of the border, to those who play sport, and to those who are involved in all-Ireland music, such as FLA, and they were worried how this will affect them. Will sports teams be stuck on the back of minibuses at the border? Others who live on the border had concerns about simple things such as phone charges. Are they going to be facing enormous roaming charges when they cross the border, considering these were only scrapped in the summer of 2017. Another point which very clearly came from this report was young people said they want the Good Friday Agreement protected in all parts. Young people, particularly in the north, are very concerned about what Brexit will mean for their right to study, for their right to work and travel abroad. And they are worried about what it means for young people accessing services on either side of the border. In terms of the Children and Youth Affairs brief, I'm pleased by the reassurance of TUSLA and the Minister for Children that they don't foresee any issues when it comes to cross-border fostering arrangements. And they are confident that regardless of what happens, things like access, cross-border medical care and even insurance will be maintained. And I also understand that the issue of possible information sharing can be included in individual contracts if needs be. In terms of the transition period, it is vital that we use this to review the current cross-border and EU child protection systems. We need to ensure it's working well, and if we see a need for improvement or more cooperation, then that must be given a priority. We also need to have a very real discussion at government level with the British government to see will they continue to match EU legislation in the terms of child protection. Because if they don't, we could have a situation in the future where our legislation and theirs differs. And again, it will be our island that will face all the complications that come with that. So, Minister, while I understand things like trade, agriculture and the economy are the government's first priority, I would urge the government to do whatever it can to answer the concerns of our young people.